In today's lesson, we're just going to look at some composite shapes and how to think about finding areas for them, or the area of them, rather. So, finding the area of a shape like this one here, it looks kind of odd, but ultimately we can think about all of these shapes in a similar way, that they are just the products of other shapes. So if we think about this first one here, it is actually just two rectangles. So if we know the area of this, and we know the area of this, and we add them together, then we have the area of the composite shape. And the same goes for this shape here. This can be divided into three rectangles, and if we know the area of 1, 2, and 3, then we know the area of the total shape. You could also divide this in a different way. You could also divide it like this. And the same result. You find the area of those three rectangles, and then you solve for the area of the entire object. This one's a little bit different. For this one, if we cut this out here, we recognize we have two familiar shapes. One is a triangle, and our other shape is a trapezium. So as long as we know how to find the area of a trapezium and the area of a triangle, then we can solve for the area of this composite shape. Three rectangles, one trapezium, and one triangle. The next one has a few different ways in which it can be broken down. One way is to see it as two triangles and one rectangle. Another way to think about it is as two trapeziums. So if we colored this in, and we colored this whole area in, these would be two trapeziums. Let's grab another color. Another way to break it up would be to draw a dot in the middle and join all the diagonals until we have 6 triangles. So there's a lot of ways to solve for that one, but ultimately, as long as you know how to find triangles, trapeziums, or rectangles and triangles, then you can solve for the area of that composite shape. In the next one, we can see this is the product of one triangle and a rectangle. So, and one rectangle. So, I would encourage you going forward in the questions for this week to think about the shapes that you know how to solve for, and then try and view these composite shapes as products of all of those simpler shapes, because you know how to solve for the areas of the simpler shapes, whereas you don't know how to solve for some of these complex shapes.